Hi guys, Romans here and welcome to another music review. I review every album from a viewpoint of a musician, as I'm a singer, songwriter and a bass player for my own group Jakobe. And 2 years ago we released our debut album called Persist in Life. What makes it unique is that it's a heavy prog rock without guitars. Instead you have drums, bass, saxophone and keyboards. You can check out all of our music videos on my YouTube channel.
Open your eyes and take a look at our society. We wanna rise despite our decay of morality. How many more signs do we need?
And in the description of all these videos you will find all the information about where's the record available. It's available on all digital platforms like Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, iTunes, Amazon, but also in this digipack version of a CD with a very beautiful illustrated 20 pages long booklet. So in case you want one, all you need to do is contact me via email, on Facebook or on Instagram, or of course you can get one through Bandcamp. And today I'm going to review the new album from Nightwish, Human Nature.
Music review. Music review.
So Nightwish, I don't think they need any introduction at this point. They are one of the most distinctive metal bands. They basically popularized and maybe even pioneered symphonic metal. Basically what that means is that they play very melodic, almost like power metal music, but there are orchestral arrangements and an actual orchestra playing underneath the band. And yeah, it sounds absolutely awesome. They were one of the biggest bands when I was growing up. I remember how big they became in like 2004 when they released the album Once, and Nemo was just one of the biggest hits, and there were just so many of my contemporaries listening to them who were not even metalheads. And I think I got to Nightwish a bit later, and I became a huge fan when they had Annette Olson as a singer, and I really loved Dark Passion Play and especially Imaginarium. Those two albums, they were kind of, when I was growing up, I was listening to them a lot. So this is their second album with their third singer, Floor Jansen, if I pronounced her right. And in my opinion, she seems to be their best singer and kind of like best of both worlds, because she can kind of cover the operatic parts of Tara, but she can also do the poppy parts of Annette. And she also has a more raspy, more harsh part of her voice, which unfortunately isn't utilized that often in Nightwish, which I think is kind of a shame. But she is the most versatile singer, and as I've said, in my opinion, their best singer. Their first album with her from 2015, The Endless Forms Most Beautiful, was kind of weaker in my opinion. I was struggling with it when it came out, and when I was thinking back about it, I kind of don't remember any of the songs, which sums up my opinion about it. But who knows, maybe if I revisit it sometimes now, I would change my opinion, who knows. Their new album, Human Part 2, Nature, I guess it's the continuation of the previous album, is coming out on Friday, today. As of now, I've heard it 7 times. Let's dive right into the review. The album opens up with the longer track Music, which has a big opening full of ambient sounds. There are tribal sounds, even there's this little melody kind of resembling Nemo, well, probably their most successful song. And then we have here those vocals, and the singing resembles Tara's Nightwish. It's more in that operatic style, and we have that typical big Nightwish chorus, which I really like. There's also this epic vocal part which sounds just like from the song Ghost Love Score, which is, in my opinion, their best song. The second track, Noise, was also the first single from the album, and they shot an extremely impressive music video for it. This song kind of has it all. It has the string parts, heavy riffs, big melodies, reminds me a little bit of Storytime in terms of the composition, but I do have to say it's one of the less memorable singles from them in my opinion. Music would have made a better single. Shoemaker is a typical Nightwish symphonic metal song with a little bit of folk thrown in. Harvest is a folky song and it sounds like from some Disney movie like The Lion King, but I mean that in the best way possible. And it's also very, very uplifting, and I love those vocals in the chorus.
Join the harvest of 100 fields, hearty and tame, all going back to one single grain. Offer light to the coming day, inspire a child.
Pan is like a symphonic metal but in the Pirates of the Caribbean style.
A moment alone, with unbeknown, reset the world, imagine home, the primal need to touch the stars, only way there to enter.
How's the Heart is a folky pop song which would have made a pretty good single in my opinion.
How's the heart, underneath the silence, how's the mind, drowning in the fire, let us sound, human being.
Procession is a little bit more laid back with the combination of like folk and classical music until it goes into a more rock territory towards the end.
An empty suit, a starlight feature. We'll have a visit as a non-came heartbeat.
Tribal is the heaviest, the darkest, and also the most serious track on the album, and we get a little glimpse of Floor's harsher vocals, which I kind of wish she would be able to use more often in Nightwish.
Suffering, love, fate, love, suffering. Smile to elders like a good doll. Repent, accept, separate yourself, suck the Orient tongue. Sing the praises, God creation. Bright rises, focus, bright lights.
The final track is Endlessness, and there's a very interesting melody sang by Marco in verses, and it also has very climactic but at the same time very, very original chorus, and I really liked it. All the songs I've talked about so far are on CD1 because this is actually a double album, but not a traditional double album where you have like two albums. CD2 is purely instrumental classical orchestral music up to 31 minutes. And for me personally, it sounds kind of more like a score or a soundtrack for a movie. Maybe that music would make more sense within some kind of a movie. And I found it to be a little less captivating and a bit more challenging to listen to. Even though I've said that I've heard this album 7 times, I've heard only CD1 7 times. CD2 I've listened to roughly like 3 or 4 times. But I will definitely give it more chance to kind of grow on me, and we'll see how it goes. So anyway, I really enjoyed CD1, which sounds like a classical Nightwish album. And it's pretty impressive that after like 23 years they're still able to write really catchy songs and catchy melodies. Have you heard this album already? You can let me know in the comment section below whether you agreed or disagreed with me. If you're a Nightwish fan, you can let me know how well do you think it compares to their previous albums, maybe which one is your favorite one. If you like these reviews, the best way you can support me is by buying my record. At this point there is only one available, but because I include audio samples in these reviews and thus making them, I think, the most interesting on YouTube, I will never earn money from these reviews because of the copyright claims. So one of the ways how you can support me, or the best way at this point, is by buying my record. You can follow me on Facebook or on Instagram. You can find links to both in the description of this video below. If you like this review, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. You can check out my own original music, my live performances, my worst to best series, and quite a lot of other reviews as well. Thanks a lot for watching.